first of all, I want to preface this video by saying, though, I am making the video basically in response and motivated by the whole Mega Capital G Ross Angan video. This is not to hate on Ross Angan or to say that his deck is bad or to say that the combo is bad. I enjoyed the deck profile, thought it was a good, decent deck, and I thought the combo was decent, and it could definitely be better in different formats. I just think it's not as great in this format because I think there's a lot of decks that can play around not using their extra deck, and then there's just a lot of removal to remove the Buster Blader card, especially because now that Eldritch is like one of the best decks, a lot of people are main decking the Cosmic Cyclone. I think this, I'm really just making this because I see a lot of Fluffle players max out on fusions, not play links, not play exceeds, not play anything else, and just basically hard second turn blindly OTK, like that's the only thing they know how to do. And I want you guys to understand that this deck is really good, and it doesn't get enough credit, to be honest. It can be a great going first deck and second deck. Second is definitely its best, but going first, it can mount some really interesting boards that will F your opponent up, and this is currently with the current cards, and it's how it's been for a while now. There's been I played so many variants of this deck, Sky Striker, Zoo, so many different variants of this deck that have gone first without any problem throughout time, because I played this deck since it first came out. And now with the new cards that are coming out, it's going to be even better going first. However, I still think it's going second deck. But yeah, you don't need the new cards yet to be able to go first consistently. This deck can still go first consistently and can still mount some pretty impressive boards. So the board I'm going to demonstrate now is an Apollousa Abyss Dweller board with 3 negates on Apollousa, and it's going to be using these 3 cards. So this combo, I like this combo because one, it can vary, like the cards can vary depending on what you have in your hand. Like it could be a Foolish Burial Goods instead. It could be one of the Wings pieces because it could be Wings or Bear, and you could just search out the other one with Dog. Like you don't need to hard draw the Penguin. You can do something else or draw Sheep and then search Penguin. Like there's a few different ways to do it. However, the best way to do it is having Penguin in your starting hand. This way you can play around certain hand traps. So you're going to normal summon Penguin, okay? Once you normal summon Penguin, if they impermanence your Veil or your Penguin, that kind of hurts. At that point, you really can't play around that unless you hard drew the Sheep. If you did hard drew the Sheep, however, you are able to go ahead, or not just hard drew the Sheep, you could hard draw the Sheep or have Wings plays or Foolish Burial Goods or anything like that to get to the Sheep. But if you can get to the Sheep, then you can still mount this board exactly how it is without any without any problem, and you'll still get the exact same Abyss Dweller Apollousa board. However, if you don't have access to the Sheep and they impermanence you, your combo's done there. But usually they're not going to impermanence you there, so then we go ahead and summon the Dog. Now here they might Ash the Dog or impermanence the Dog or Veil the Dog, something like that. And at that point, you have 2 options. You either make Abyss Dweller and pass, or you make number 60, which in my opinion is amazing in this deck, and can still probably make an Abyss Dweller, can still probably make an Apollousa, and then if you draw really good, maybe still an Abyss Dweller. However, going into number 60 depends on your current hand. If you have something else to extend with, I'd go ahead and do number 60, but if it's literally just these 3 cards, then I'd recommend to just go into your Abyss Dweller and pass. But regardless, if they don't ask you and they don't impermanence you, they don't do anything to you, they don't interrupt you at all, then you're going to go ahead and take off from there. And the combo at this point is going to be very similar to the combo that he showcased in this video. You're going to summon the Sheep. Well, you're going to search and summon the Sheep. This time you're going to return the Penguin. Now returning the Dog will be done in some scenarios based on the cards in your hand, but with these cards alone, if you want to get that board, you have to return the Penguin. If not, you won't be able to get the board because you won't have the 2 level 4s to make the Abyss Dweller. But based on your hand, you may be able to do so. It also depends on whether or not you did normal summon the Penguin or not. Because if you didn't normal summon the Penguin, then you won't have it activated to fight, and you'll still be able to do it. So you go into the Cross Sheep. You get the you get this to your hand, and whoops, that's weird. Thought I had put the poly there. Whatever. Give me a second. I'll take it from the deck then. So you get your polymerization. And your scissors off of the Fight for Patchwork. And then from there, like I said, this combo is pretty similar to his. You're going to fusion summon any fusion monster. In my build, I only run 1 Tiger, so I have to make Kraken. Because I don't want to waste the Tiger or the Wolf that I run at 1 at. But if you do run those at multiples, you can use one of those. But either way, I still think Kraken's the best to summon off of this, in my opinion. But whatever, it doesn't really matter. Summon the Kraken. You're gonna use Penguin and Sheep, and you're gonna go ahead and special summon the Penguin off of the effect, and then because of Penguin's effect, you're gonna draw 2 and discard 1. I'm not even gonna go ahead and bother that. I'm gonna put my Poly to my hand just to represent that it's an extra card that I added, and then you're gonna put the card you drew, onto your hand, onto your deck, and summon the Sabers from the graveyard. This already enables the Apollousa Abyss Dweller play. And the good thing is, in this combo, is if at some point you drew 2, discarded 1, and you discarded a vendor, discarded a wings, discarded things, it gets you more plays and more resources. It allows you to dig into your deck and just do more than just waste the 3 cards on summoning a kind of a subpar board that if you win, if it really affects the deck you're playing against, you will auto win. I will give you that. If they don't have an out to it and it affects the deck they're playing against, then it is an auto win. But if it does not affect the deck or they have an out, then it's a pretty subpar board, will be wiped, and you won't have that many resources to come back. But with this, you'll have multiple more resources. You'll have the 3 negates and the Abyss Dweller, which is going to be at 22. He's going to be buffed up because he has Penguin under him. And you're just going to establish a pretty decent board that works against almost every deck. And another thing that's really good about this combo is that when you're going against Shadows or you're going against any other fusion deck, you can side Dimensional Barrier. And this is how you play when you side Dimensional Barrier, because you set this, you go into these, you set the Dimensional Barrier, you go into the Apollousa and the Exceed and the Abyss Dweller, and then you just drop Dimensional Barrier on the turn, and that's the nail in the coffin. At that point, Shadows are not winning that game more than likely. So yeah, it's a really good combo, really easy to make, really really easy to pull off. It's versatile because you can have different cards in your hand to do it, and then on top of that, it can definitely stray away at different points if you get hand trapped. So I really like this combo, and I just wanted to showcase in case nobody really knew it. I thought most people would know how to do this combo, but if you're a new Fluffle player or you just didn't know, here's this combo. Please put in an Apollousa into your deck. Please put in a Abyss Dweller into your deck. You don't have to put a number 60. You definitely don't have to put the Lambda or the Gamma like I did. Or the Omega like I did. That's just different things, and I just have a really weird and spicy build that I really like. But definitely consider putting the Abyss or Apollousa, because it's a 3-card combo, really easy to make, and it's going to make your first turn boards a lot better. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much.